Well, there you are again. Charlie Greer podcast again. I do this every day. Today, cowardice is the new cool. Get used to it. Oh, you don't know? You don't know any coward? Look around. You can't swing a cat without running into this cowardice. It's not even cowardice. It's because cowardice means like lack of bravery. You're just a fucking pussy kind of shit. What is this like victimize? I'm a victim, but then I'm passive aggressive. Then I don't even know what they call that. I don't even know what the fuck. Who are these people? I mean, I'm a nerd, but fuck, I'll whoop someone's ass. I shouldn't say that, but it's kind of true. Where are the people that will stand up? I mean, everybody's got to shut the fuck up. Actions speak louder than words. Dear God. This is going to be a rant. Yeah, this is going to be another rant. It's fucking everywhere, man. They just promote these weak people with their earth color toned, clothes. The fucking khakis and their, dear God. Cowards, man. Get used to it. Because that's it. There is nothing. That's it. That's the only game in town. 1984 kind of propaganda. Oh, if you're not a coward, you're not a sodomite, you're gonna see. It's gonna be bad. It is bad. Everybody's a fucking coward. I don't know anybody anymore that would stand up and believe, no, it's all this, well, see, and covet means, and I'm going to talk behind your back and shit. And the people that do stand up, again, it's just passive aggressive kind of cowardice where they, again, just because there's a word before passive, aggression is aggression. Like attracts like. You going around it's coming running at you, man. And of course, once you get a mud hole stomped in you or something, be like, oh, water belly ache about this shit. The Hillary Clintons of the world and the fucking all these people. It's like every politician, all the musicians and actors. I mean, don't even get me started. Dude, they are on the down low, man. They've done the rub. They've done the embarrassment ritual, whatever they call it now. I don't even know what. Some kind of just where are the men? Where are the women even? Shit. Where's anybody with some character? Oh, shit, come on. I'm never going to apologize for being a man. That's just not going to happen. Well, that's all what am I supposed to do? Mutilate my dad? Oh, he's great now. Come on. Do what you're going to do. But don't be peacocking around passive aggressively and thinking that it's not going to come back at you. I feel for people. And again, I have empathy. I've changed my old ways. I'm not that motherfucker anymore. I'm sure it could come out like that, though, man, if I had to. But I've mellowed a bit, and I don't blame and shame and then blame yourself and shame you. That's another thing. Oh, good. For one, stop complaining. Everybody out there. Stop. No. Shut your fucking cackling skittle hole. And do something, man. Again, the arts. Pick up a guitar, a paintbrush, a hammer, a nail, whatever it is. Because I'm talking about, we're talking from the military down. It is just, we are shit. And I watch a lot of podcasts. And everybody has this kind of attitude. We're like, oh yeah, it's happening, but not for me. Dude. You think that you've moved to somewhere or this, that, you got a little bit of money and that bit. Nuh-uh. Karma, man. There might be a time delay too on that karma. There always is. Kind of like the law of attraction. You can't just like, I want an elephant, I want an elephant, and then an elephant's going to appear in your room. No. But 6 months down the line, next thing you know, it's like, oh, we need to give this elephant away. You're like, what? I was just thinking about wanting an elephant. You get, the law of attraction. There's certain things that nobody's exempt from. Gravity. No one is exempt from gravity. There's laws of the universe they're motherfuckers. They don't care if you're good or bad. Gravity. If you take the most holy person and the most evil person, you push them off a building, they're going to splat at the same time. The law of averages, the odds, gravity, shit like that. Doesn't care. It just is. And it can be brutal. But people seem to think we're living in these, again, I know it's mental illness. I mean, I don't watch the news, but when I do see MSNBC or something like that on TV, it's like, who in the fuck? These people are schizophrenics and catatonic schizophrenics and sociopaths and this. Hey, let me give you a tell. A tell, meaning when you see this is telling you something's wrong. People that bare their teeth when they smile, now that might sound, oh, he's crazy, whatever. That's a thing. That's how you can tell certain people. I was trained. I know this. Everybody, when they smile, they show I'm talking about these. It's not even a smile, like that Brian Stelter dude, like baring his teeth. Well, okay, in the animal world, you bare your fucking teeth at a gorilla, he's going to break you in half. And we're not animals. We kind of are. We got that little reptilian brain, and we got to look around all these people baring their teeth. Man, that's aggression. With a smile, like I can't even do it, like some kind of like Joker weird. Now that's everybody. When's the last time you saw like a kind of no? That's soft. That's no. That's hard. That's power. You baring your teeth is telling the people that have a fucking brain that ain't gonna be good for you. Of course, it usually isn't. Usually when shit starts happening, these teeth baring motherfuckers, it's already too late. And they're gonna get their victim. I'm a victim. I'm shaming myself and everybody else, and I need this. And oh my God, and coining fucking terms and well, see, I'm this because that's most deserve what they're gonna get. That's another thing that nobody's exempt from that. You think you can peacock around and do all this kind of, again, you might have a little bit of connections and some money, or this woke mafia that you are in can protect you for a little bit. Cheers, by the way, black coffee. It is 8:39 to 8. I'm ranting like a madman, smoking. Yeah, you're going to need a couple of me. You're going to need a bunch, hopefully. And there's levels. You're going to need some real people. Forget about men, women. There's a war on women. There's a war on the LGBT community, disguised as this thing that, like, oh no, see, they need someone to blame. That's what they do, man. We're talking intelligence games here, yo. They're using y'all. They're using everybody. But it's a shame, the war on everybody, the minorities, the LGBT community, women, all this shit. Now they're promoting that, but they're using a certain element of them to do their cackling, to their propaganda. I mean, it's just diabolical. You're the first ones that these people turn on, the ones that they use. Then you got to go, because you might speak out, and then, oh, well, they might not. No, see, this. Fucking look at what all through just look at the last 100 years of history. Forget about back, but look at fucking Stalin and Mao and all what they did, and what we're doing. These people are, again, man, you can't explain evil. You can't explain crazy. It just is. A psychopath, pardon me, 5 to 8% of the population are psychopaths. Everywhere there is anybody listen, there's one near you or in your town or wherever. Sometimes they won't act out on it, like killing like people, but I'm a hunter, hanging a deer in their fucking front yard so everybody see, covered in blood, with their teeth, look at me smiling. I can't even do the smile that most people do. I tried. I was with my buddy and we were laughing our asses off, and it was like he didn't actually get it, because a lot of this stuff that when you're reading people and you're looking for the tells, you're not going to tell them. I shouldn't even be telling anybody what I know, but my hands are tied. I'm in the corner, for people. I feel for people. And the strange thing is, a lot of times when they're like, "Oh, you're dangerous," it's this, that everybody else will be going through all this shit. There won't be a fucking hair out of place for me. Yet everybody's scared. Oh, don't even stand near him. Yeah. Y'all have to take the brunt of the fucking shit. Cowardice. Who do you think they're going to come after? No. They're going to stomp you like an ant. Again, they're lazy. They don't have any game or Mac or any of that. No grit, no street, no nothing. So they don't want to come after. No. They're going for the low-hanging fruit. What's easy. And then strutting around like, look what I just did. Like, Somebody that's lived in the same town their whole life or some shit like that, or had the same job, or had this, that, and the other, diversity hire. I could just go on and on and on. There aren't any pioneers anymore. Unfortunately, pioneers get slaughtered and settlers prosper. That's a thing. People go through and go into California, making a path, whatever, and get fighting grizzly bears and this, that, and the other. And then, well, they got to get rid of you. Then here comes all these settlers that prosper, and I got a store. And again, most of these people, for one, there's two. You're gonna be going like, "Duh, Charlie," yeah, and the other people are like, "He ain't gonna get it." I know this. I know just by how you react. I know if you come at me with questions, I know exactly who you are. I know. I don't have to. I already know your question. That's another tell. People come at you questioning, like, "Oh, hi, yeah, let me see. I'm gonna ask you." I already know what you're doing. And it ain't even, you're doing like the lowest manipulation. You can try again. Work on your game. And, or giving advice. That's another thing. Come on, man. Questions, advice. You're a coward. In the Western times, you'd be slapped. They ain't gonna waste a bullet on you. Slap. And I'm not a violent person. I'm not calling anything. I don't have to. That's another stupid thing about people, because I have a bad reputation. I don't have to lift a finger verbally. I turn it around, their verbal abuse on them. That's all it is verbal abuse. When people are doing this, it's verbal abuse. Why get violent about it? Usually you just turn it around on them and nanny, boo, boo, pull a little, and then they are the ones that go and like slap their cat at home or something. Take it out on their animals, stupid shit like that, or whoever's around them, sometimes themselves. But we got to get, shit is about to hit the fan. It already has. That's another thing. It already has, man. The supply chain is just hanging on by a fucking thread. They're hiring IRA. How many did it? 85,000 IRA armed, willing to kill IRS agents. That the IRS only investigate. This is all they do. But people that make 70 to 200,000 a year, that's their main thing. It always has been. They don't go after these, for one, the people on the top are tax exempt. And a lot of them, if they're not even, they live in fucking Switzerland. They don't have social security numbers. They're pulling the strings here. They don't even fucking know. You're not going to know them. They know you or your type. It's regions. See, they right now I'm in what's called a flyover state, Illinois. They don't give a fuck about the people in here. And people with a certain IQ, the masses, see the bell curve. That's a scary motherfucker right there. Think of the dumbest person that you know. I'm talking about the dumbest one. Maybe you've just seen him out, right? Most of the people in the world are a lot dumber than that. Masses, they're worse than zombies, man. That's who rules the world. And then the people that kind of keep shit going, the people you think are smart, are from like a 92 to 104 IQ. Yeah, they're smart enough to run a computer. They can write code. They can do whatever. They're the mayors. They're the sheriffs. They're all this other stuff. That's the problem. These same people, you know how they're going to react. They're vengeful and, just every day is they're on this like non-linear kind of emotional path where if they wake up in a good mood, then they're kind of cool. But if they wake up the next day and they'll just ruin everything for everybody. Wake up the next day and be like, what happened? I don't remember. And if you're around people that claim that they don't remember, you need to weed those fuckers out. I'm talking about root and all. Just pull it out and throw it, let it drop. Because I'm telling you, for one, it's your own damn fault. Let's just get real. That's another. That, people don't take it. They think that somebody else did it, so it's not mine. No, you. Nobody's fault but mine. Boom, boom. That's what it is. It's nobody's fault but your own. Yeah, we all make mistakes. I've always taken. I will admit it. I've made some horrible mistakes, and sometimes you get lucky with these mistakes and like fall into a creek of gold. But it takes a real, like, genuine person to be like, look, oh shit, but no. And usually it's not, if you've got a bad reputation, it's not as bad. It's all lies and cowardice and bullshit. You kind of know you're on the right path when you get those people. The best I've ever gotten when I was doing good things, because right now I'm not really doing anything as far as like my creative conquering mind I used to have. I want to do this. I'm not doing that. I'm just doing my podcast and living life. You always have more haters. The most people the best I was doing, I had people around. No. There was 10 times more than people that didn't like me. That I didn't even know. I mean, the people will and it gets weird. You're going to be dealing with some weirdos. For instance, I hosted a party on MySpace. Remember when MySpace was a thing? At my house in Highland Park, LA. And I didn't realize every fucker in LA was going to come. It was, what? It's a 2-bedroom house. They descended. I mean, they left. They were like, what the, I had to stay. In fact, it got so packed. I was out in the front yard. I couldn't even get into my house. Everything was stolen. My dad's leather jacket, guitar. They even broke the brick, busted windows, broke the brick fireplace. How do you break a fireplace? I didn't hear any, like, you need a sledgehammer or something, or at least a hammer. So anyways, I met a girl, we ended up dating, but I met this girl. And so she spent the night and we were still up talking, like, we'd been drinking, we're just laying in bed talking. And I heard something in the living room. Like, what the fuck is that? Are people still here? Because you could see everybody, people, and I went out there and there was this weirdo masturbating on my couch, door wide open, like legs all spread out. Like, I was like, what in the fuck are you doing? And he was an older kind of cat. One of these LA hipster, but older. So he jumped up and ran out. And she was like, what was that? She saw it too. I was like, man, who would do that? That's weird. That's like some psychopathic, sociopathic. Like, he wanted to get caught. Like, he obviously he opened the door and hit the front door, and the front door was right there sitting in front of it and just all, going to town. So not too long after that, a couple days, a week, I hear on this, oh, so-and-so's calling. He says, you're horrible. I go, who is it? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, yeah, so he's a hipster king around here. And I have no idea who. Then about a week after that, I shouldn't say where I was at, but I was, I went into one of these hipster vinyl only kind of little record stores around that area, let's just say. And I was with some friends who were hipsters. And I walk in and this guy comes out, he sees me, it's masturbating boy. And he's just about to pass out. Like, and I go, dude, it's you. Like, I went at him. And they were like, oh, no, don't. He's now, you know who he is? And immediately we were having this he's like, look, dude, please don't, And they left, and I actually made it. I go, look, man, you better be talking me up, or this will be, I'll tell everybody. Forget about the two people who are here with me. You fucked up. You're weird ass. You created this. And then you wouldn't let go and telling everybody I was a bad guy when I caught you masturbating in my fucking living room. Obviously, you've got money. You have a record store here. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, thank you. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm Charlie. I got problems. I'm bipolar. Whatever the fuck he was saying. I got off my medication, or I got a new medication, or I'm trying to time my medications to get. I don't give a shit. Don't be creating this swirl of fucking madness and pulling me into it. And he did. He did the right thing. He went like, told Pete, this, that, and the other. But he tuck-tailed and left. He had enough money where he closed that store, and God knows where he's at. That kind of weirdo shit that we're dealing with. That kind of stuff where you can't let it go. You create these weird problems. Hell, there's politicians that are doing this stuff. Then blame someone who has nothing to do. Think about it, man. I let him in my house, gracious, come in the house, whatever. Again, I'd never seen him. I didn't actually tell him to come in, but he's in my house. I did him a solid. Just let him around my coolness. And how's he repay? He must have been watching me with this girl, or he was jealous. I don't even know. But then to do that, and then he thought that he was going to. Matter of fact, if you're doing well and you don't have those stories, then I know that you're a crony, a nepotist, whatever. Because when you're doing pioneering shit, you're doing stuff on your own without all these secret groups you belong to and this, that, and the other. You're dealing with these people all since I was a teenager. As soon as I got on the radar, as soon as you get on people's radar, then here it comes. That's a tell of success. That's a sign that you're succeeding in my world, because that's only things I can see. It isn't all, again, if you see somebody go, I'm doing this, and then they're a friend, and everybody's like, yeah, here it is. That ain't gonna, they only go so far, and it's all bullshit. They're delusional, just helping each other out. They're cronies, man. Favoritism. A real dude, kind of like Abraham Lincoln, because I'm living in the land of Lincoln, failed over and over, and this, that, and the other until he was over 40. He'd done it for decades. Then he became president. That's a real story. That tells me he was doing shit. Now all these new, and these fake people that are like celebrities and rock stars and everything. Like Tupac, his dead ass, yeah, man, street, whatever. Man, he went to a private school. He knew he could quote Shakespeare, man. He wasn't what all them down low fools. They're not what they're damn near a fucking government agent, basically. He went to a private art school. He could quote fucking Shakespeare. I'm talking about, he could be the understudy, he could be the lead, he could do it all. And they're like, well, see, we need people, gangster rap's a new thing. Well, we got to, build more prisons. How are we going to put people in these prisons? Make them mean and gang. And we got to, that's what they did. That's what they're doing. Open your eyes, man, and your ears. People are fucking stupid and deserve what they fucking get. You're going to be used like a tissue and thrown away if you don't stand up. The real power is in the people, the population. You better read some history, man. Because people will turn. Again, most people don't want to say, they just want to work. They got kids. They got, shit to do. They got to mow their lawn and go fishing or whatever they want to do. There's a point where they turn everybody, you don't want mob rule, but read history, man. That's about that. Forget about Civil War. Mob rule. It ain't good. Hang them. They'll just hang everybody. Or come up with something they think is, well, if she floats, she drowns, she's a witch. When they went after the witches or what, the Salem witch trials. What was that? If they float, she's a witch. But if she drowned, she wasn't a witch. So darn it, damn, what kind of, in the whole going down to the pond to see if a witch will, that was a thing. Now they said there was some kind of like weird hallucinogenic mold in the bread that they had, and everybody's all dosing, didn't know it. We need people just to start communicating. That's where it starts. Verbally communicate with people. Take a stand verbally. Don't let people, right after they start, even if they're, see, real scary dudes or women don't raise their voice. Don't, that's thank God you're one of those people. A dude that doesn't take, or woman doesn't take their eyes off you, doesn't say a word, they're coming right at you, you better fucking be prepared. See, again, fear is weird. People are fearful of this cowardice behavior. They say, raise their voice. Like on the street, if you're doing some street shit, you run into like, oh, he's a gamer. Oh, God. And then they start, yeah. Well, I was like, oh, thank God. He's just one of these cowards. Must be easy. And then they kind of realize, like, wait a minute, he knows. Like outlaw Josie Wales kind of shit. He ain't going to say much. Actions. And I'm not saying be like Josie Wales, but they created Josie Wales at the beginning of that movie, The Outlaw Josie Wales. He was a farmer. He didn't know. And then after they killed his kids and his wife, he had to learn how to shoot it. He didn't know how to shoot a gun. He learned. And then, that's what I mean. You got to stand up for yourself. Most of the stuff that people are saying or posting on Facebook or whatever, that's another thing. Quit posting your fucking emotional weaknesses on Facebook. Well, see, the reason I'm a coward and I don't bathe is because of this, and I'm a Gemini or whatever the fuck it is. Everybody does that. Showing pictures of the food and baring their teeth and all this shit. Even people that don't even know what's going on will realize, wait a minute, what's this? Huh? Because people that like kind of live that life that are not even mobsters, but just badasses, just motherfuckers that about every 10 years, you got to stump a mud hole in someone. I was taught anyway, told, I should say, to keep everybody in line. That's another thing. People will fall in line. You'll have a huge crowd marching and we're this and that, some organization, we're here to riot, whatever. You start, not a few of them, there'd be 10,000. 3 or 4 to 5 get something. At first, they're going to they're going to run it. It's a hive mind. And when the electricity goes out, unfortunately, this is another thing I want to stress to people. When the electricity goes out and everything, you think you've got a house full of ammo. They're going to burn that house. You're going to get to your fucking ammo. It's going to get back to all through time, even in riots. What does it boil down to? Steel and fire. You just burn shit down and you got a pipe. That's what's happening. Oh, we're armed. We're with this. I'm with the government agency. No, it's so-and-so's got land. They got all the, really? Is that what you think? Because that's what's happening. And I know sometimes it's like, well, you're crazy, Charlie. You're ranting. Maybe so. But I know that I'm a little bit savvier, more cunning. As far as I know history. I used to read every fucking damn book there was on all kinds of shit. Pardon me. I'm cursed with a higher IQ. It's a fucking curse to be around all these mouth breathing shit dicks. And How about start with this? Don't say anything. Listen. Don't try to dominate every fucking conversation when you don't know shit about Shinola. You don't know anything. You just like everybody all through my life, they're coming at me with this advice when they don't know anything. Never tried to do anything independently. Yet they have all the answers, and their life is in shambles. The worst are drunks. I've had roommates and shit back in. Oh, let me tell you, and rich drunks like trust fund kids. Know it all. Just bro, you've been laying around drinking Steel Reserve all day. Huh? Now you're fucking Einstein? Yeah, that's one of them. I'm going to listen to you. Or somehow, another thing, they need you, but they're kind of pushing you away, like, help me. Well, what the fuck is it? You need help, or do you want to, shit? I pray for people. They're in my prayers, man. I feel for people. And I know there is nothing I can say. I'm talking to myself, basically. Like, for one, no one's listening to this horseshit. No one watches my podcast. But I feel that I have to speak up. I cannot just sit around idly and and there's so many of them. Say like zombies, man. People have been zombified in their, they're all looking for something to complain about, get mad about, and just say, that's their pacifier. That's their warm blanket, their happy place. It's just a cycle. They might have a good day, and I timed my caffeine and my meds right, or whatever it was. And then they go back to this just kind of, you got to do a personal inventory, man, some soul searching, pray, meditate, whatever you do, take walks every day. It's pretty simple. Eat vegetables and fruits. Get rid of all the processed food in your life. Hang in there. Sometimes we need tough love. Knowledge is power. Believe it or not, I love all y'all. And I do this every day. Sometimes I'm not ranting, but sometimes I got to vent. I do it every day. See you tomorrow. Be blessed. Cheers.